Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cover the Spread here for Monday, August 3rd, 2025. Hey, if you're new to Cover the Spread, welcome aboard. Glad to have you joining us here to start the new week. We got 3 MLB plays we got for you on the diamond. We'll get to the cappers, see how they're rolling along, and hey, make sure that you subscribe and also give us a thumbs up. Greatly appreciated. And hey, if you want to flip on that notification bell, that'll get you notified when this video drops and you get the best of the number with us. So as we always do, we'll get to the cappers, see how they're doing, how their weekend was, and then we'll get right to the 3 plays we got on the diamond for you here to kickstart the week. I don't know where to Ramon. How you doing here, Ramon?
Hey, great, Rod. You know, they say the second half of the season really comes after the trade deadline. And now that we've reached the series afterwards, right through Sunday, we know these series become important. And, I don't think there'll be any baseball games at racetracks anytime soon after we saw a little bit of a disaster there with the Reds and the Braves. It looked pretty cool in the end, but kind of awkward to have to stretch it out after you played a half an inning. But good weekend, fun weekend. Let's have a great week.
How do you run out of food and beer? Like that's mind-boggling.
I don't know if you saw it. They ran out of nachos for the cheese and buns for the hot dogs. I don't know what you can do with.
I don't know.
You got the hot dog straw. You poke the hole and drink your beer out of the hot dog. That's you, Rod.
I don't know what, but somebody dropped the hot dog bun, as they say, because it was like, what do you mean in order?
You had one job.
Yeah. We had 18,000 hot dogs. We need 18,000 buns. And you had one job, and you couldn't even do that. So, yeah.
Pretty sure you've ordered some bulk food in your day, Rod. I don't think you made that mistake.
No. Most hot dogs, some of them now, they come in packages of 12. Most buns come in packages of 12. So pretty easy math to figure out. But I definitely have not had to serve hot dogs without buns. Definitely. I don't think the lettuce wrap will fit and configure as a hot dog bun. Maybe some people might like that, but that's just a little going overboard. And over that. Non-bread option, gluten-free for those folks that don't eat the gluten. Head on over to Al. How you doing here, Al?
Yeah, feeling pretty good, man. I mean, they did run out of ice at one stand. I was at the game today, or the Dodgers-Rays game, so they did run out of ice at one stand, but I'm sure they had it at the other stands because, it would have been rough out there without any ice today, I'll tell you that. But hey, new addition to my collection right there. Caught a foul ball, so pretty happy about that. And again, obviously happy about my Dodgers win as well there in Tampa, closing the series out nicely, and looking forward to them going back home here.
Definitely. Hey,
we have some evidence on that, Rod. He wasn't kidding.
There you go.
He wasn't kidding.
There, he wasn't making that story up. There it is. Beautiful day out there, Al.
Brandon Lau foul ball.
Right? Definitely. Good job there.
Did not throw it back in the stands.
Even though your side was like, draw back, Dad, draw back.
It was just a foul ball, not a home run. So
I know it's son about it, Rod. Don't let him fool you.
Exactly. All right, let's get Monday's action started. We're going to kick it off here with the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Cubs. This is Ramon's game. He's going to get started here in this one. What do you like, Reds or Cubs here on Monday?
Yeah, we're looking for the Cubs to make a splash here and acquire some pitching, get things going for the post. I don't know if Soroka was the guy, but he is here. He's been not great so far with they're not really winning, I guess is the way I'd put it. He's had okay numbers, I think, here, but he lost to Cincinnati despite a good outing too. They've lost 5-0. So I kind of like Lodolo here in this spot. He's been very reliable. It seems like he's actually improving here as the season goes along here, especially the last couple of weeks. Had one good outing against the Cubs earlier this season in May. That followed up a rough outing against the Cubs. So you could say they'll see him again here, or maybe he's figured something out. So a couple of no decisions against the Cubs so far this season. But I'm going to take a little plus money here with the Reds. They were coming off that awkward game. I'm not too worried about the travel from Bristol, Tennessee to Chicago here in that one. They got that game done pretty early. So I'm going to take the Reds. A little bit of bounce back. They lost that big high-profile games. So maybe they'll be steaming here a little bit. And the Reds are perfectly poised here to try to chase down my Padres. They are the team sitting outside right now, 3.5 back in the wild card chase. These Cubs are good. I know that, but I'm going to take plus money with Lodolo here and the Reds.
Heading on over to Al. What do you like here in this one, Reds or Cubs, here on Monday?
Yeah, definitely love the value we're getting here on the Reds, and there's a couple different ways you can attack this here. You could, definitely get enough plus money to, if you want to lay any juice, taking the plus half run in the first 5 innings, you definitely could mess with that, but I'd hate to leave any money on the table here. I think this is a good spot to take a shot on that plus money, so I'll just take the Reds here on the money line in the first 5 innings. And again, another way you could look at this with Soroka having a pretty rough season here is the Reds team total over. But again, I think the best value is just taking that plus money on the money line. So you can go full game, you can go first 5, but I think the value is on the Reds here.
And for me here in this one, I'm going to take the under in the first 5. I think it's a low-scoring game. Sorokin's been pretty good. It's just been 0 run support from his teams. You look at his last 4 starts, he's given up 2 runs, 1 earned run, 1 earned run, 2 earned runs. He went 4 innings, 5 innings, 5 innings. His last time out, he went 3 innings. Gave up 2 earned runs. 4 hits, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits. He's been doing a pretty good job. I think Lodolo can have himself a good start as well. I'm going to take the under first 5 between the Reds and the Cubs here in this one to start the week. Hey, that wraps up the first game we looked at. Let's head on over to game number 2. And in this one here, we got the where am I? I've got the Angels here in this matchup. And the Angels hosting the Tampa Bay Rays here in this matchup. For the Angels, we got Kikuchi on the bump, getting the start. I like Kikuchi here in the spot. And on the other side for the Rays, we're going to see Hauser on the bump for the Rays. And Hauser's having himself one of those career years. Can he continue it here? Tough travel spot coming from Tampa all the way across country here to take on the Angels. And we've seen Kikuchi in these spots where he's faced with teams that come across the country. Even his own team has come across the country in these spots. And he's pitched well, like what he's done so far. And I think he can hold down this Tampa Bay team that we've seen at times. Sometimes their offense struggling over their last 10, especially out on the road. You look at this Rays squad out on the road so far, not been so good, especially the second half of the season. 3-14 out on the road are these Rays. Coin flip price. I'll lay a little bit of the juice here with the Angels. It's also Monday. Angels 9-2 this year on Mondays. Give me the Angels with Kikuchi on the bump. I think they get the win over the Tampa Bay Rays in this one to start the week. I don't know over to Ramon. What do you like here in this one? Rays or Angels?
And 9-2 on Mondays, that's going to look good on your resume. They're trying for a job here in the real world here. But look, Al, here, Al just saw the Rays. We saw it. We're filming after that game here because he was at the game. And now imagine you got to get up. Al would be at the airport still. These guys got to get on the road here and get to this game. So, yeah, I think it could be a little bit of a respite, a little bit of a tough spot there for sure. Kikuchi, I've been on this guy's bandwagon a little bit this year. I know he does 15-7 to the over full game, but we know how bad that bullpen is. Kikuchi's been involved in a lot of good pitching matchups. And against our guy here, one of our favorite stories of the year, Hauser, for sure, off the scrap heap and not off the scrap heap. Look good. Let's trade him to a contender. It sounds like a good idea here for Tampa Bay, and he's 2-9 to the under. So I'm going to try first 5 under. Let me kind of back off that Angel bullpen a little bit. We've kidded a little bit, Rod, or not kidded, but they have improved slightly for sure here of late. But I'll take first 5 under with Hauser and Kikuchi here, the Rays and the Angels on Monday night.
Heading on over to Al. What do you like here in this one? Rays or Angels here on Monday?
Yeah, I definitely like that look. I mean, it was hard enough for me to get home, let alone fly across the country. But no, it's going to be a rough trip for sure. Yeah, I mean, if I could bet Brandon Lowe not to get an RBI, I definitely would. I was trying to get him to send my ball, but he wouldn't even look my way. but anyway, all jokes aside here, I do kind of like the Angels in this spot. I just think it's a good spot for them. If it wasn't for the spot, I might be on the Rays. But I do think it's a good spot for the Angels on the full game. But I will look here at the Rays early, simply because of just what Hauser's been doing this season. I think this was a great pickup by the Rays. I was kind of concerned that they wouldn't sneak him in here on Sunday against the Dodgers, but I guess I'm glad they did and got to enjoy my Dodgers victory there. It definitely would have been tougher, I think, against Hauser. Not that I don't think the Dodgers could have got the job done, but hey, I'll take my win there. And I'm just going to go here, Rays first 5. I do think the Angels can pull it off full game, and I will take the half run because I don't necessarily trust this offense to get there. I'm not going to rely on the offense, at least. I'm just going to count on Hauser here to keep this Angels offense in check. And I do like the under in this game as well, but I do think the Angels can run away with it late. I'm just going to take the Rays plus the half run in the first 5 here.
That wraps up game 2. We got for you here on Monday. Heads on over to game number 3. It's the St. Louis Cardinals taking on the Angels, or taking on the Dodgers. So same team in LA. What if they took the same flight as the Rays, the Dodgers, right back to LA? Could be possible. Maybe they carpooled, as they say, or flight pooled. But this is Al's game. He's going to get it started. What do you like, St. Louis or the Dodgers here on Monday?
Yeah, we're joking a little bit about maybe them plane pulling back to LA with the Rays there. But I like my Dodgers to keep rolling. Obviously, it's not going to be the easiest spot. The first game back home here after flying across the country again. See, it's kind of touching on that same theme a little bit. But good, I think they're just a better team here. We got the better lineup. We got the better starter here in Glasnow. And I'm actually quite surprised. I thought they would have let Glasnow go here against his old Rays, but I guess they held him back for this game. And I think he catches Gray here in not his best form. I mean, Gray is a guy I actually I'm still not fully giving up on him. He's 10-5 on the season despite that subpar ERA there, but still think Glasnow is a better starter here, and he'll put his Dodgers in a good spot to run away with it. So I'll take take LA here on the money line and run line. We'll just take the Dodgers on the -1 here.
Head on over to Ramon. What do you like here in this one, St. Louis or the Dodgers here on Monday?
It sounds like Al would rather have watched a Glasnow pitch than Boyle, is what it sounds like now. But look, Glasnow, he has a real now. This lineup has some other guys in it, but Glasnow's dominated some of these guys so much. So you got Wilson Contreras 0-6, Gorman 0-3. These guys are the guys who could appear in the lineup, not including some of the sluggers there a little bit for St. Louis. And we know that Arenado was missing today's game with an injury too. But you got Contreras 0-6, Gorman 0-3, Wynn 0-2, Donovan. They're 0-22 of the expected line. And we'll see if Arenado can make this lineup because it didn't sound very comfortable there with that injury. So I got to go St. Louis team total under. It seems like Glasnow dominated this lineup before, and I'm going to take him again here to have a good start in this outing. Now I'm kind of a Sonny Gray guy, and maybe he can battle here. We're having some fun making fun of old Sonny, as Rod would sing. But I'm going to go with the team total here under for St. Louis in the first 5.
Yeah, for me in this game, I'm going to take the over. Well, I think we've seen plenty of Dodgers unders to end their long road trip, but we look what Sonny Gray's been doing over his last few starts, and it has not been sunny for Sonny Gray at all. Definitely not sunny. It's been cloudy and gray. Hey, just like his last life says, cloudy and gray for Gray. No sunny. He's given out 17 runs in his last 3 starts, where he's went 13 innings. He's also given up 5 home runs in those starts. He's also given up 30 hits in those starts. Sorry, but them Dodgers bats are going to be ready to roll here in this one. I'm going to take the Dodgers team total over in this game. I think they get to 6, 7, maybe even 8 runs in this one. Easy. Dodgers team total over for me here in this one on Monday. Hey, that wraps up Monday's slate. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate everybody that tunes in here. Let's start the week of winning. Let us know what you think about the 3 games we covered in the comment section below. Or, hey, let us know what your favorite play is to start the week here on Monday. And let's do what we always do. Quick little recap before we head on out. First game we looked at, we got the Reds taking on the Cubs. This is Ramon's game. He says grab the Reds there in that matchup. And then we got the Rays taking on the Angels. Game I like. Grab the Angels in that one. And then we got the Dodgers, who carpooled lane all the way with the Rays into LA for this one on Monday, taking on St. Louis. Dodgers for Al here in this one. Al special money line and the run line for Al in this one. So grab the Dodgers and the Al special here to kickstart your week. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate each and every one of you. Have yourself a wonderful Monday. Make it a good one. And do what we always do here, and that is cover
the
spread it, cover it.